Hi everyone. Thank you for coming today on our small community meetup. This is our second meetup. The last one was around 2 weeks ago. And this meetup we first time streaming on YouTube. And later I think we will have a YouTube video so we can share it with the rest of community. And thank you again for coming today. I see a lot of people from different parts of the world join us. So today I want to tell you more about our last product update, what we've built for you, for all our community and the rest DeFi world, and tell you more about our plans for the March, what we are working on now, and what you can expect, what features you can expect this month. So I would like to start from the last platform update and tell you a bit more about what we've built and how you can use it. So on our market page, you can find a huge update. We've added a lot of new categories, and you can switch between them, find the categories that you'd like more. For example, we've added all the different indexes on the market. So now you can invest directly in the indexes and follow them. We also have a DEXs coin here, all the wrapped cryptocurrencies. And also, as you know, now a lot of projects in staking of Ethereum 2.0. So we've also add their coins on our dashboard. So what's the idea behind this market? I call this page decentralized coin market cap. So maybe, as you know, the coin market cap, they source in their data mostly from the centralized sources, like centralized exchanges, for example. And based on the last report, a lot of these centralized exchanges, they just have a lot of fake volume, fake numbers, and just fake data. So now the platforms like CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, all their data is mostly based on 80% on the fake data. So as we are building a fully decentralized platform, so we only can trust to the data that we can source from the chain itself, from the decentralized Oracle system, from the smart contracts, from the decentralized exchanges. So now our goal is to combine all this decentralized data together and peg it to the different tokens and digital assets. Also, you can see if you click on any of these coins, you will go on our new updated token page. So now each of our listed coins on the Plasma.Finance, it has its own token page. And as I said, on this token page, we try to collect a different data, mostly from the decentralized oracles and from chain. And each token that we will list in the future, it all will have this beautiful page that we improve like on a daily basis. We get more information and developing this page. So first of all, idea behind the token page for each ERC20 token that we would like to collect all the different DeFi products for the current token on one page. For example, if the Aave, it has different liquidity pools and different DEXs, you can see all of them here. You can analyze, you can interact with all these liquidity pools and trade on different DEXs through just one interface on the token page. If the token will have any lending, borrowing products or vaults, for example, we will also list this type of products on the token page. And finally, if this token will have a liquidity mining program or staking program, for example, a new projects and new startups who just came on the market, we will also support this type of contracts. So you will be able to participate also in the liquidity mining and staking from the one page. Last week, we also signed a partnership with another company who providing us a different analytic tools. So it also can be helpful for you to understand what's current trend for the current token. And as I said, we are improving this data. So later this month we will have more charts from what's happening on chain with this token, and you can just analyze it in one dashboard. So if you bought this token, or if you participate in the liquidity mining, or etc., you can find all the statistics on the portfolio page for this token. And again, if this token has any type of liquidity pools, if it has liquidity mining, all these products will be listed on this page, and you will be able to easily get access to them. And as you know, we just launched a Plasma Swap. This is our advanced AMM protocol that will have soon a very cool features like limit orders and features when you can swap a trade without having a Serum balance that we call a gas station. So you also can choose on this page which source of liquidity you want to use. And is it, for example, on Uniswap, as we know, Aave has a huge pool on Uniswap, so you can see all this data here. With the additional statistics, you can check both tokens and go to the page, or you can check the contract of this pair. We also collect around 700 tokens and check all their smart contracts and of their tokens. So now we have a white list of around 700 different ERC20 tokens. And each new ICO, IDO, new projects that will go in on the market, they can easily list on our whitelist and create such page for themselves, almost decentralized without asking us about that. And as I said, for us, it's very important data and how you can analyze and work with this data. So now you can see, for example, all the historical trades for the current pool, and providing and like removed liquidity for this pool. So you already can analyze data in a bit better structure that you can do it on Uniswap or SushiSwap. And later we will add also a leaderboard, so you can see which accounts trading more actively on this pool, which of accounts participate in like top 10 of sellers for this token in the past like week or months, or which accounts is more like buyers for these tokens for the past period. So you can analyze also this data to make your decision on the trades. And for now, as we just run our Plasma Swap AMM protocol, we just start gaining our liquidity pools for different pairs of token. We have a line now of around 15 partners who going to open their own liquidity pools on the Plasma Swap in the next 2 weeks. And we will announce each of them on our Telegram and Twitter and promote their pools in the community. And to see what pools now is open on the Plasma Swap, you can check our liquidity pools page. Here you can, as usual, choose which of the sources you want to see. For example, if it's Plasma Swap, now you can see that the pools that open on the Plasma Swap. And also you can analyze them. For example, as you see now, first of the pools that we opened, it was a pools for our own token, was in the different pairs. And as you know how AMM protocols working, each trade on this pool, it has 0.3% of fees that distributed between people who stake the PP token and people who provide the liquidity in this pool. So we like very recommend you to move your liquidity to the Plasma Swap pools, because if we have a more liquidity now from the start, we will have a more trading volume, more fees, and at the end, people who stake the tokens in our staking contract, that they will get more rewards. So as you know how to provide liquidity, I think I don't need to explain, but just can mention. So you need to go on the liquidity pools and choose the plasma swap and pairs where you want to provide your liquidity and amount of this liquidity, and then just connect your wallet and sign this transaction. But if you, for example, has the liquidity, not even for the PPay, but for the different another pools, and you want to move this liquidity from the Uniswap or SushiSwap to PlasmaSwap, we've built for you a product that's called Rebalancer. So Rebalancer allow you to move your liquidity from one protocol to another in one chain. So this is the first version of Rebalancer, and it's allow you to move your liquidity from Uni and SushiSwap to PlasmaSwap in different pairs. And the next version of Rebalancer will be rebalance between Uni and SushiSwap. So it's also good for the people who do arbitrage trades between the different pools on the different protocols. So this tool will help them just to make this transaction faster and cheaper. Because when you make a transaction and migrate your liquidity from one pool to another cross then you just save some fees on the transaction. Because if you make this once and open this transaction on Etherscan, you will see that we pack for you a huge amount of transaction just in one, and you pay just for one transaction. And later this month, we will also have an analytic tools for different pools. So you can analyze which of them is more like which pools has more like APY, for example, for your amount of money and better for you to provide your liquidity in that pools. So you will be able to analyze them and just choose which pool you want to have and provide directly liquidity in these pools in one dashboard. And in terms of our swap, Plasma Swap, so now our plans for this page, for example, this page mostly looks like the interface to the different protocols. Now, as you see, we support the Uniswap, Sushi, and PlasmaSwap. And our plans for this month to support around 20 different protocols in one interface. So it will mean for you that, first of all, you can choose which you want to use as a liquidity source for your trade. And the second option, we will try to aggregate all these MMs and liquidity pools and provide you a better routing for your transaction. So it will work a bit similar to 1inch. So on the back end, we will have around 20 different MMs with the different liquidity pools for the current pair. And when you make a swap, we will build for you a different routing between all these MMs. And it will give you a better rate and less slippage on the price. And also our type of aggregation, I think will be much more effective in terms of fees than 1inch, because by our plans, we won't take any like additional fees on these trades. So you will have like a pure fees from the protocols and not any additional fees on top of this routing. So I hope that trading through the Plasma.Finance swap aggregation platform, it will be much more effective and like cost effective for you than using another aggregation platform like 1inch, for example. And in terms of Plasma Swap, all you know that we are working now on the limit orders and more like professional tools for the people who trade in decentralized exchanges. So I think in around 2 weeks, we will deploy this feature in its first version, and you will be able to put your limit orders directly on chain, and it will be work like fully decentralized. As our philosophy is being fully decentralized platform, like every feature that we build in, we doing fully decentralized based on smart contracts and different like features on top of blockchain. So no backend here at all. And let's go back and talk a bit more about our development plans. So as I said, first of all, for this March, we're going to work harder on the token page to provide you more tools and more analytics on the token with more charts for what's happening on the on-chain for this token and what's happening inside the different liquidity pools for this token. And on the side of like feature side for the Plasma Swap, we're gonna build and provide you a first version of limit orders on top of Swap. And here we have another like few interesting things that we are working on now. And I think in the March, it will be released in the market. So first of this feature, it's our Plasma Vault. So I don't see it listed here, but I will tell you more about what it's gonna be. So now, as you know, when you trade any pairs of token, you need to approve every time the contracts. If you provide the liquidity, you approve the contract for 2 tokens. If you just trade one with S, you just accept and approve 1 token, and etc. So each time you want to do something with a swap or something with any contracts on chain, you need to approve this coin to work on. And Plasma Vaults, it's your additional wallet. It's additional smart contract that controlled only by you. And this smart contract, it allow you not to make all this transaction of approving on chain. So it means for you that if you trade every day different pairs of tokens, or you provide your liquidity, or you participate in the vaults, so we will almost cut all the approval transaction for you with a Plasma Vault. And I think for active DEX trader, it will save 100, maybe $1,000 of dollars using the Plasma Vault. And the second feature, it's our Plasma gas station, MetaX, that we are working on now. So this protocol that's also fully on-chain system. And this system allow you to do any transaction with your Web3 wallet, any Web3 wallet, without having Ethereum on your balance. So that means you can store only USDT on your wallet, and you can trade the USDT with other tokens and never convert it in the Ethereum balance. So the gas fee will be paid with a native token that you're using for the transactions or for the swap or etc. for any other product. So we are building the system on top of Ethereum layer. So it also will be fully on chain and fully decentralized. And this system will allow you to pay gas with a native token that you hold on your wallet. So this is like maybe the major products that will be released. I hope this month. Each of them is pretty complicated. Some of them is almost like game changing, like new type of limit orders, like take profit and stop losses, and also the gas station. That will be a first implementation of the gas station on chain. So I think it's also a pretty like revolutionary technology, and we are working very, very hard with our team to make it happen this month for our community. And let's go back to the liquidity pools, and I will explain a bit more of how it works and why you can have a better APY of providing liquidity in the pools of PlasmaSwap right now than providing it in the Uniswap or SushiSwap. So for example, if we go, let's go on Uniswap and check what type of APY we have here for the different pairs of token. So for example, now on the wrap BTC and ETH, you have around like 12 APY. And this is a huge pool. You can see the liquidity, like a TVL of this pool is $365 million. And the fees that the trading volume generate every day, it's around $100,000. So that means that this $100,000, they will be distributed to the all holders of the pool in the TVL. For example, if you now provide here like $1,000 or $100,000, so then you will get around 0.01% of this amount. And if you calculate how much percentage like in APY, so it's less than 0.01% APY in this pool. But if you, for example, do the same, if you provide 10 or 100,000 in the Plasma Swap pool of RAB, BTC, and ETH, so now pool is around $1.5 million. So then your share of this pool will be around 10%. And all the fees that this pool will generate soon, you will get now at 10% of this APY. So remember that until all these pools is pretty small and people still trading it, we just opened it like yesterday, and people start slowly trade these pools. And with the growing of our community, with our new partnership, a lot of new people and traders come on Plasma Swap and start trading these pools. So until we have a small TVL in the pools, you have a huge opportunity to provide your liquidity, even small liquidity in this pool, and generate much higher, maybe 100 times or 1,000 times higher APY that you can do on Uniswap or SwitchSwap these days. So that's the main benefit of providing your liquidity in the pools of like young Plasma Swap protocol. And secondly, if you hold any tokens, if you invest in the different projects and you see that this project trading pretty good on Uniswap, you can easily open the pool with your tokens. Like it will be initial pool, you will be owner of this pool on the Plasma Swap, and you will be able to become 100% owner of this pool. So if you create, for example, for $50,000 a pair for any of your tokens that you hold now on your wallet and just provide it here, you will get like 100% from all trading fees on this pool. And if it's a good coin with a good volume on Uniswap, people just easily switch on the Plasma Swap and start trading here. So that's also a good opportunity for another tokens that you hold on your wallet. And let's talk a bit more about the savings, because I saw a lot of question about the Plasma staking, and that's what I want to answer now. So as you see, we almost like, we're around $6 million stake now in the PPay, and that's very cool. So first question was about these numbers, why we're not showing them. I think the reason why it's still not available, just because this pool was open around 2 days ago, and the blockchain and our subgraphs, they still not collected all the data they need to show all these numbers. Second most popular question was about the rewards, and one question was like how much in APY we will get, and second question was when we get this money, when we get this rewards. So let me explain how it works. So and where the rewards come from. Now the PPay staking program is fully connected with the Plasma Swap. This is like a first version of the PPay staking. So later we will develop it and connect it to different product on the Plasma.Finance. But now the PPay staking is connected directly to the Plasma Swap only. And all these fees that generated now on the Plasma Swap, we share these fees, and part of them goes to the liquidity providers, as it happened on the Uniswap, and another small part, like 0.02% of each trades, go to the staking contract. So people who stake PPay, they will get this 0.02% from all fees. From all trading volume, not fees, all trading volume on the platform of Plasma Swap, they will get it on the staking contract. And then depends of your share of the pool of PPA staking, you will get this percentage of all the rewards. And as we just launched the Plasma Swap, and it's just in the initial stage, and the pools is slowly growing with the trading volume, now we have a very small amount of fees that platforms still generate. And as this fee will become bigger and bigger, then you will feel it on your stake eBay. So for now, for example, as we have at least $1,000 of fees that collected from the Plasma Swap, it will be automatically distributed to the PPA holders. And I think it's on the first stage, it will be on the weekly basis. And after we start doing more and more volume in trading volume in the Plasma Swap and generating more and more fees, then the distribution will become almost on the daily basis. So you need just come down and wait a little bit until we generate more fees, collect all these fees and distribute it to the PPA holders. And in terms of APY, it's all depends of how big will be a pools and how big will be a TVL of PPA staking. Because also the APY depends of this $6 million that we have now on the TVL of this smart contract. And in terms of plans for growing the liquidity of Plasma Swap, so as I said, now we have around 15 partners, and another company still join us. So each of these partner, they will open the pool on Plasma Swap, and they attract their own community to trade on the Plasma.Finance and Plasma Swap. So we expect in the next few weeks, we will have at least 20 new pools on the Plasma Swap with the different tokens and different amount of the liquidity and the trading volume. And remember, like all this volume, it will generate you rewards as a PPA holder, and also rewards just because the platform is developing and people start using more PPA and trade PPA. So also all these things will, I think, like have a positive influence on the whole PPA ecosystem. So now if you know any cool projects, somebody, for example, just having their private sale or public sale, they like planning to list somewhere their token, for example, on Uniswap, you can just promote for them like an option to list their token on the Plasma.Finance and Plasma Swap, get their own token page on the Plasma.Finance market, and just give their community a better interface, better UI and UX, and better features for the trading pool. So if you can attract other products, other tokens, then our ecosystem and our volume will grow, and every PPA holder will get their rewards. So that's, I think, everything that I want to share with you today. So I think we can come and talk more about your questions. So if somebody has a questions, you can first just put it in the chat, or you can raise your hand and I give you option to present your question with me on the sim. So anyone has a questions and want to talk, or just write it in the chat. Let me read from the end. When will the DEX allow liquidity to just be plugged in? Some plans about the Plasma Swap also. As I said, now we're working on the aggregation of liquidity from the 20 different DEXs and protocols from the market. So also all these MMs will be connected with the Plasma Swap. And for example, the platforms like 1inch will be able, I think till the end of the March, also utilize the pools on the Plasma Swap for their routing system, for their Pathfinder. So each trade also on the 1inch will be possible to route through the Plasma Swap. And it also will give us more trading volume, but to participate like in the bigger trades, like for the people who trade broad BTC, trade USDT and Bitcoins, we need to have a higher liquidity. So now the main goal is to grow in the liquidity of the pools in all different ways. What the exactly timing for Hyperloop? Yeah, the Hyperloop was launched in the testnet, I think around 1 week ago. So now we tested it between the Plasma chain and the Ethereum network. The next updates will be connection with a Binance Smart Chain. I think it will happen also in the March. But all these tests now we're doing privately, mostly with our engineers and with the security engineers, because we don't want to like disclose some of our technologies for the market, because this is our competitive advantage, and we want to finalize this bridge with this Hyperloop, connect 3 chains together, and then go into the market to create the biggest hype of the market, because people will be able to move any liquidity and trade without fees. So that's very cool feature. So we hold it, I think, for another 2 months. So expect it in around 3 months from now, and it will be connected with a few chains, and it will be awesome. I swear. Yeah, I also saw a question about the Launchpad. So as you can see now, we've already started building some puzzles of the Launchpad. So one puzzle is our market page for the whole tokens. So we will add soon a new category with the hot tokens. So the tokens who just listed on the Plasma Swap, and also the page itself. It will, for the new tokens, this page will look a bit different, and I think we will redesign this page for the tokens who wanna have kind of IDO on our Launchpad. So the Launchpad is something that now is still in the product design. So we are trying to collect some like cool ideas and interesting protocols from GitHub, because now like there are a few ideas how to create a best Launchpad on the market that will include the different features, like having the private sale of your tokens, having it locked for the team and other token pools, and have ability to create, like automatically create the pool for the trading. So we have some like puzzles, some idea that we doing like a bit research about them, and improving some contracts and doing still some product design on top of Launchpad. So I hope in April we will be able to show you our like first version of Launchpad on the Plasma.Finance, and show you maybe a few products that will be a few first comers on this Launchpad. Yeah, about the fees now. The fees on Plasma Swap now the same as in any other protocol on top of the Ethereum, because we utilize the Ethereum chain. So the fees the same for the same pairs. You will have the same fees. So the difference now only between in this stage, the difference between us and Uniswap or SushiSwap just a UI. So when we have our limit orders, then the difference will be much bigger. When we will have like gas station, the difference will be insane. So now, and with a Hyperloop, the fees will be 0. So we just moving stage by stage, and yeah, just I hope we will be fast as possible to make all these features live in the next 2-3 months for you. Yeah, in terms of like some hacks that happen now in the market. Yeah, as you know, Paid was hacked like a few days ago, and all the market very nervous about the smart contracts and like security audit. So from our side, like the first reason why the Plasma Swap and the Plasma.Finance is super safe, because the platform now built on the fork of other contracts that was audited like by 10 different companies. So for example, the Plasma Swap, it's a fork of Uniswap and SushiSwap. It's some combination of their contracts, some improvements. We protect this contract from the flash loans and improve a bit price oracle on top of swap. But basically, all these contracts, it's a fork of Uniswap, and Uniswap was audited like 10 or maybe more times. So it's one of the safest contracts on the network right now. So and we utilize them like basically. And this is like a first reason. And second reason, we're still doing the security audit because we're doing some improvements. It's like minor improvements, but it's still some changing in the contracts. And we have our partner Certic. They still like almost like #1 security audit on the market. So we working with them, and each contract has their audit, and we will publish it in PDF on our GitHub in each repository of each contract. So you will find all these audits very soon, but just make sure that this contract is still forks of very stable and secure smart contracts of Union SushiSwap. So you not need to care almost about the security here. Will hot new projects that will launch on Plasma also have to be audited first? The Plasma.Finance, as you know, our philosophy is building like a fully decentralized system. And for example, on Uniswap today, you can launch any token, even a fake token, and trade it and make any scams using the Uniswap. So that's why, for example, on the Plasma.Finance, we have a whitelist of the approved smart contracts and approved tokens. And it means that from our side, all we can control here is only adding new tokens on our whitelist, do our own audit of these projects, of these teams. But like nobody can guarantee for you that any of new projects can be scammed or they can be hacked. So that's still like a risk on the that happening on the market. Even I think some of the project that listed on the Binance, they was scammed or hacked. So nobody protected from that. So all you need to know that the cryptocurrency market is still risky, and all of you need to do your own research of any project you're gonna invest in. But the good news that in DeFi now we see some development in the coverage space, in the insurance space. So I think we also will add some insurance product and insurance tool on top of Plasma.Finance. So that means that you will be able to cover some of potential risks, for example, of risk of hacking of some tokens or contracts. So you will be able to buy this coverage for the small percentage of your investment, and it will cover you 100% if something happened like hack, for example. So I think that's another like a good benefit that we have on the DeFi market, that you can just buy insurance and sleep calm. There are 52.5 of PP reserve for incentive to holders for liquidity saving, similar to December contracts. What activity will you incentive? Will they start? Yeah, so 52.5%, it's locked on 6 months. since the PPA launch. So it's now only 3 months past. And it will be, it just start unlocking in 3 months. So this reserve, we call it the governance reserve. So this summer, we're gonna launch a governance, and all the token holders will be able to vote how to utilize this 52.5%. For example, if all the governance say that we need to burn these tokens, it will be burned. If the governance say, let's make the program to incentivize the liquidity providers, then this like $100 million going to incentivize the liquidity providers. So this reserves is holding the contracts and waiting for the governance. That's how the system designed right now. For when is the token burn planned for? As I said, any token burn can be planned only by governance, not by the team. We as a team, we designed a first version of tokenomic, and we are building this tokenomic right now. As you remember, the PPA will be like a blood for the Plasma.Finance system. So any products, any pools, any protocols that we will have on the Plasma.Finance, it will generate the fees, and the fees will be paid as rewards to the PPA holders. So almost the PPA is like a stock for you, like a share of the Plasma.Finance company, and you will get all the revenue from the Plasma.Finance. So in terms of burning or doing something else or doing incentive programs, all this will be managed by governance, not by the team. Like we're only responsible for the development, for the meeting all the deadlines on the roadmap and creating all these big features for the community. That's our responsibility, not the token burn. Okay, somebody else in the room, maybe you wanna join me on the scene and ask the question? What would we expect to be first commercial use of the Plasma.Finance infrastructure beyond trading? Yeah, the Plasma.Finance is slowly developed, and I hope in around 6 months it can become a really industrial platform for the DeFi. So I means that we are focusing at the end, we are focusing on the institutional money, on the hedge funds, on the banks, on the governments, on the big crypto funds or DeFi funds. So all this big money, they need a professional tools, professional interface, and data. And that's what Plasma.Finance want to provide to the market. And yeah, that's what we very hardly work every day and fast developing a lot of tools and new type of charts and data. So I think in 6 months we will be some like a very professional tool for the institutional money. Yeah, some question about the Plasma blockchain, but I think it's a bit early to answer this question because the Plasma chain will be distributed to the public this summer when it will be connected with a Ethereum DeFi market, and it will has its own DeFi protocols. So I think the Plasma chain will be released and all questions will be answered this summer. So let's wait a little bit. That will be another huge project of the Plasma team. Okay, do we have a last question? Ani? When will USD be available? Yeah, now you can pay and buy crypto with a few different methods, and USD one of them. So it's already available. You just need to choose a bank wire on this page. If you choose, for example, let's say Serum and Eurobank. So this is our partner, Ramp Network. So they will provide for you ability to pay with the not only Euro, also with the USD and also with your Apple Pay. So that's kind of what you're asking. But also in terms of our own USD processing, the card processing, we expected maybe in autumn, like in the third quarter of 2021. So yeah, till the end of the year, we are planning to open a US and Canada as a fiat market for the Plasma Pay, and it will be also integrated in the Plasma.Finance as a fiat on and off ramp system. Yeah, the question from YouTube, will we be required to hold a certain range of PPA tokens to participate in future IDO launch? Yeah, I think that's a very good idea. One of the idea of like, to be honest, any product and protocol in Plasma.Finance, it should utilize the PPA anyway, like pay rewards to the PPA holders or utilize the PPA as an internal token for its operation. So I think the IDO should have its own model, like the economic model with a PPA token. For example, like someone proposed to us, having PPA, you can invest in some IDO products. So it also will positively influence on the PPA itself and its circulation. Can you tell a little bit more about the marketing of PPA? Thank you for the question. So for now, the whole Plasma.Finance marketing as it based on the PPA token. So the first and maybe a major goal is to market the Plasma.Finance platform. So then we will have a good rewards and volume for the PPA holders. So for the Plasma.Finance now, the main marketing efforts is about having more pools on the Plasma swap, and more pools will come with a more partnership. So each new partnership, each new product that we're gonna work with, they will have their own pool, and their community will trade on the Plasma swap. So I think this is maybe a major focus on the March for the team, to having at least 20, maybe 30 new pools and new tokens listed on the Plasma swap. And yeah, in terms of also marketing, we are working now with the different influencers from Twitter, from YouTube, from Telegram. So you will be able to see all the different activities in different places. That's why I think the PPA was in top 3 coins on the last week of social activities. We also launched another like marketing shoulder on the China mainland. So now we are very actively market our product on the Chinese market. So I think you will also feel this effect in March, because we will have more and more Chinese people who come on the Plasma.Finance, who will trade and I hope buy PPA for their portfolio. And also in terms of language support on the platform. So I think next week we will launch, even this week, yeah. This week we will launch a special program for our community. So you will be able to help us with the translation of Plasma.Finance. So we will have an open translation program. Anyone can come and translate on any like native language that you know. So that's how we plan to support around 20 new languages on the Plasma.Finance. So that's also very good for adoption for the people who are not speaking in English. or just don't understand all this like a technical language in English words. So I hope that our community help us with the translation of the platform. Yeah, I think the major part of the marketing is to build a really good product for the people, the product that's solving the main problems of the market, helping people to save some money on the gas fees, helping people with a better UI and UX, providing better like data and information, putting all in one place, and having a beautiful UI. I think this things is very important for the people on the current market and for the mass adoption of the Plasma.Finance. So I think the main marketing is just doing our work as best as we can. Okay, I think we're good for today. I answer most of your question. Thank you very much for participating today with me on this small community meetup. Yeah, thank you all. Thanks to our community. Thanks to our YouTube viewers. Yeah, let's. If you have more questions, I almost always on our Telegram chat, and you can ping me with your question, and I'll come and answer. So thank you very much for coming today and having this cool time with me. Bye bye to all. See you in Telegram and provide liquidity to the Plasma swap, and we will win on this market. Take care and have a good day.